So, Mr. Chair, members of the committee, thank you. For the record, I'm Brian Clem, and I represent District 21, which we're sitting in now, and am happy to be here with my colleagues to talk about this issue of internet privacy. I had a constituent write me and was very upset about some repeal by Congress of some congressional rule or some rules that were going to go into effect, and Congress repealed them and said, you need to do a bill. So I looked around to see if there were any relating clauses floating around still this late in session, and found this one like 3 days before the deadline. Went to visit your chair, and she said, yeah, I'm already doing a bill on the topic. Do you want to join forces? And I said, well, did you know that Barker has a bill relating to privacy? And so that's how we got here. So the issue, I think, is that we all have been thinking for a while about privacy in the internet. And some of them are very valid debates, like how much eavesdropping are we willing to accept by law enforcement if it stops terrorism? Those are legitimate, actual questions that get talked about around kitchen tables. I think that for most of us, there's a bottom line privacy right that we believe we have that says that government should not infringe on our privacy, and that we certainly don't want our personal data sold without our consent, that we want to at least know what's happening, and we want to be able to consent to it if you're going to sell our data. And that could be something as easy as when you visit Facebook and they're providing you a free service, you sign off in your terms and conditions that they're going to sell your data. Okay, that's part of the trade-off. You use their site, they're selling your data. But what I don't think is in anyone's mind is when I pay $80 a month to Comcast or Xfinity, that they would be taking just the fact that I'm hooking into their network to spy on my data and then sell it off to people to give them information about how to advertise to me. I'm okay with if I visit websites and they place cookies on my computer. That's part of what I'm getting into as a user for using their websites. I'm not okay with something that I consider to be now much more like a necessity in life that I'm paying for, using my own information, my browsing history, my app usage as a way to make more money. There sure are other ways to make money, including the fees I'm paying them. So the repeal of the privacy rules got a lot of people upset. I am not 100% sure what will happen in DC. It's kind of a debate now that there's no FTC or FCC rules, which you'll hear more about. Who's going to pick up the gap, and what are they going to do, and are they going to handle this issue, and are the feds capable of taking care of this so the states don't have to? But what I want very clear from the state of Oregon is that our privacy is very important to us, that if the -2s aren't the final issue, then let's take the time to get it right. But we need to send a message to Washington, D.C. that we don't want our ISPs paying attention to what we're doing as a money-making enterprise. They should make it through other means, not by selling our data. Or at least if you're going to do it, tell us, make us sign something saying, yes, we're going to use your data to go make more money. Because I just don't really want them. Yours are innocuous. Mine aren't much more exciting. Maybe it's a little Pokemon Go and a few random stops at something with my daughter for designing her Girl Scout project. But other than that, there's nothing to hide. It's my business, and I'm paying you money. Stop collecting my data. That's what I have to say. I think that these -2s are much narrower than the first round of amendments we talked about. I don't know if they're perfect. I want to get to a place where the principle I just outlined is what we're shooting for, which is don't use our data without our consent to make money. Unless we're visiting your website or using your app, that's fine, but not the baseline load of connecting to the internet. That should not be an opportunity to take data and go sell it.